Ready?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Marilyn. I'm the CEO and founder of Customized Training Solutions Private Limited, Asia's most trusted learning and business solutions provider. And our mission is to be able to help people and organizations transform and thrive through training and relevant interventions by bridging them with the right world-class programs and resources. And we've actually worked with quite a number of clients around the region, namely Petronas, Sony Mobile, Jollibee Foods Corporation, Ayala, Shell, and Chevron, just to name a few. And why our clients choose us and what makes us different is that we provide world-class experts with a well combination of practical and training experience, our customer centricity, um, passion, unreserved attention and responsiveness. And of course, we tailor a lot of experiential programs, which we co-create with clients and partners to ensure cost efficiency, relevance, and impact. And again, this event is actually created to be able to start the new year with the right mindset, and it's titled Stress Transformation, which of course has to start with you. And because of the COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted critical mental health services in 93% of countries worldwide, while the demand for mental health is increasing according to a new World Health Organization survey. Although 89% of countries reported in the survey that mental health and psychosocial support is part of their national COVID-19 response plans, only 17% of these countries have full additional funding for covering these activities. So again, like I've mentioned in my invite, one of the top realization most people and organizations had during the 2020s pandemic is the importance of mental health. And what is mental health actually? It includes our emotional, our psychological, and of course, social well-being. It affects how we think, how we feel, and how we act. And it also helps determine how we can handle stress, relate to others, and of course, make our choices. And that's why it's really important. And before we start, we actually wanted to ensure that this is going to be a smooth and productive session for everyone. So please do participate throughout the full session. Kindly be on mute when listening and unmute yourself only if you have a question or answer to our speakers' questions. And alternatively, you can please utilize our chat. I've seen like some of our participants who knows how to use our chat already, who did that earlier. And most importantly, be present. And of course, we will appreciate as well your feedback after the end of the session. And of course, it's my great pleasure to be able to introduce our speakers for today, starting with Jojo Apollo. And he's going to speak about how to overcome a deep-seated painful past and become an achiever. Jojo is a billion-dollar business builder, CEO with 30 years in business, number one best-selling author in Amazon, public speaker, and an NLP master trainer. He managed major FMCG companies in Indonesia and startups in the brink to become profitable. He developed the sure success formula for business that has resulted in doubling a business from USD 500 million to USD 1 billion in 3 years. And he turned around a USD 200 million business from potential bankruptcy, clearing internal corruption despite death threats, growing a startup company losing 300,000 to profits of 1.5 million in 2 years. Amazing. And his passion is to help family entrepreneurs build a sustainable business earning 5 figures monthly in 6 months, then grow it to 7 figures in the next 2 to 3 years. So without so much further ado, I'd like to give the floor to Jojo.
Okay, thank you, Marilyn, for that introduction. But I would take on my like advocacy hat today because I know many of you guys are here and looking for proven solutions that will help you in terms of helping someone who is stressed, someone who is traumatized, someone has a deep-seated pain, and you would like them to become like achievers, right, guys? So let me just share my screen now and go on quickly with my talk, which I guess about 20 minutes, right, Marilyn?
Yes, correct.
Okay, that's right. Okay, so this is the title of my talk, How to Overcome a Deep-Seated Painful Past and Be an Achiever. And over the years, I've really been in search, yeah, for tools, for processes, for techniques that can help, like, people who are stressed, yeah, quickly, yeah, because the name of the game right now is you gotta find solutions that really work, yeah, and so I'd like to share my personal experience of this because since August of 2016, yeah, we initiated a reform advocacy. Uh, I don't know if you guys remember, but in 2016, the Duterte government in the Philippines started cracking down on drug addicts. And very quickly, the system was overwhelmed because there were like over 1 million people who were tagged as drug addicts. And some of them, and the jails got filled up with drug addicts also. Now the problem was we did not have enough counselors that would help these people. And so I said to myself, I guess this is the time in which I could test if truly, yeah, because I've tested it already also, if truly the techniques that I've been using in the corporate to help my own managers, supervisors, and people overcome stress, yeah, and also helping in the community that I've been using to help them in terms of their I had community service helping people with broken hearts, so you know what I mean. So we have a lot of singles with broken hearts, and some of them also depressed and all. So I said these systems, these processes that I've been knowledgeable of should work with drug addicts. So I started forming this reform advocacy. And I'd like to quickly go through just so that you will appreciate how powerful these techniques are, because this is seriously the things that we did. In 2016, we went to a parish teaching counselors. We went to a juvenile delinquent center with 250 children. We went to teach 30 more counselors. We went to a university teaching, handling 1,500 students. I went on talk shows. Then continued on 2017 teaching more counselors and even helping street children, yeah? The street children who would use rugby. Then we continued on, even getting more support from other, religious organizations to become counselors. Then we started going to Cebu City also. So these are the places, just that we went through, juvenile delinquent centers, to go to them. There was like 250 teenagers here, age between 11 to 19 years old, yeah? And majority were drug addicts right there, okay? And we took people who did not know anything about counseling, yeah? Trained them for 2.5 days, just 2.5 days, then immediately going to the rehab center, yeah? And this is one of the sharing of a person who with zero knowledge, yeah, went there, and then she shared after, experiencing the change in a person's face after you have helped them really release somehow burden in their hearts is really precious thing to see. I knew he was somehow healed by just hearing the words I said. So this is Christine Estrella. So it's very fulfilling when you see that you can train people quickly just using this technology that I will tell you. So we went to universities, I did talk shows, and then here's another person, like another volunteer. His name is Paul. And look at this, what he said. In my assessment, they were suffering of anxiety that creates fear, loneliness, and sadness. The experience was so heartbreaking scenarios. I did the spinning technique and a combination of collapsing anchor that ends with prayer. So I like to combine, some psycho-spiritual healing. So with due respect to the religion of the person, if they will allow them to pray, then I encourage to use psycho-spiritual healing. So he did that. Then I asked their physical and emotional level of pain that they have, and they are healed after the techniques. I felt that I am their hero that time. I'm grateful seeing their smiles and aura that shows hope and gratitude to their faces. Okay, so this is one of the sharings there. And so we continued on all of these areas, even going all the way to Cebu. You look at the name of the the Juvenile Delinquent Center. It's called Cebu City Operations Second Chance Center. Okay, there were about 212 children here. Some of them, most of them, with drug offenses. Even some of them rape, theft, human trafficking, and then a couple with multiple murder cases. So these are like the volunteer counselors that we trained in just 2.5 days. And then after that, we went direct to the center and they helped them. So, these are some of the, this is one of the drug addicts that I helped there. Look at this. How will you deal with this? When someone will tell you, he shot me. I will kill that cop when I get out of here. That's the kind of anger, bitterness that we were dealing with when we were talking to, these are teens. These are 16, 17-year-old telling me something like this. But what's amazing is this. After applying the techniques for just 15, 20 minutes, I was so happy because in the end, when I was talking to Frank, he said, so I said, what's your plan now when I get out of this? He said, sir, I just want to go back to my family. I just want to go back and study again and just live a good life. And then I said, how about the cop? What will you do with the cop that, did some injustice to you? The injustice that was done to him was this. He was shot. He was running away, was shot because he stole money, but he's only a minor. So the police should not shoot him. Then they planted a gun in him, telling that he had a gun, and because of that, his case became even more longer. See, that's why he was so angry. But after the process, he said to me, I just want to be peaceful. And then for that policeman, I just lift him up to God. See, that's beautiful, right? So we continued on, even helping, because as we were doing this, there were like calamities also in the Philippines. There was a big earthquake, in Ormoc City with many people dying, So we went there, did partnership with the Rotary Club and the Department of Health in Ormoc City, trained many of them, processed drug addicts, and also processed earthquake victims. You will be surprised. There was one, one earthquake victim who came to me, a mother with her daughter, and said, "Sir, help my daughter. She now faints anytime that she would ride a car and a motorcycle. She is traumatized by the earthquake." Can you imagine that? You're riding the car, you're riding a motorcycle, and you will faint. In fact, even if you will rock the chair, you rock the chair like that, the mother said she will faint. Okay? How do you deal with that? I was pleasantly surprised, honestly, that when I applied the techniques with her, she was immediately healed from the trauma. Honestly, I personally I did not expect that it would work. But I said, I have no other tools, so I just did it, and wow, she was good. Yeah. So we continued on. We went back to the juvenile delinquent center that we went first. Yeah. And continued on, just expanding to even more cities, even went to jails, like we were only a couple. We had so many people to process. And I remember this. You know, when you get to the jail, when you talk about stress that we are experiencing in our personal life, yeah, it's nothing compared to people who are in jail. This is one example. He said, "Sir, please help me. I have 7 children, but 7 different fathers. And I can't understand why I do this." Can you imagine that even? Yeah? Like a woman she's about 30, 37, I would say. And now she has 7 children. And she's actually happy to be in jail because she said, if I will go out of jail, I might have another man and have another child. Okay? So I did a process with her. That was funny because, you know, you could not get into the jail. I was like, I was in between the bars and she was there. I was just talking to her, doing the process. Yeah. I just don't know if it worked because I could not follow up anymore. But I just could see in her face that after the process, she looked peaceful. Yeah. Okay. So we did this. Yeah. We even went to Marawi City and helped wounded soldiers. Yeah. So it expanded actually. Wounded soldiers who lost uh, lost hearing, lost limbs, and help them from their trauma. Okay, so things like they would say, "Sir, please help me. I can't hear on my right ear due to a grenade blast. My left ear is still ringing continuously, and I can't sleep at night also because he has post-traumatic stress." You know, guys, using again the techniques, I was pleasantly surprised that it worked also. Now, I'm sure that you're probably wondering now, what techniques were I using? Now, I call it subconscious intelligence for counseling. And it's a combination of NLP techniques, neuroscience. So I've combined them all together now. So it's not only neuro-linguistic programming, but I've combined it with principles of neuroscience, and it becomes even more powerful, okay? And so I encourage you, yeah, at the bare minimum, yeah, learn NLP, yeah. For people who are here, I would say that learn NLP, okay? And I would end this by just like guiding you with a very simple technique that will get you peaceful in just 10 seconds. Do you like that? Okay. So, okay. So even if you don't turn on you can turn on your video if you want. Yeah. And this is a simple, very simple technique that will get you to be peaceful immediately. Okay. So what you do is this. You look straight, okay, to a certain point. Then put your fingers this way. And as you look straight, you can still see both of your fingers, yeah? You can still see both of your fingers, left and right. And now start to wiggle them. And as you wiggle them, you can actually bring them further away, okay? Further away, but can still see them. And then continue to see them. And then I'll count 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010. And you will notice that suddenly your field of vision just expanded. It's like you can see more to the left and the right. You can see up and down. This is called your peripheral vision. And guys, when we are in peripheral vision, we are relaxed. We eliminate stress. And when we are at that level, you can actually work faster. So there you are, Jojo Apollo here. I hope this like tickled your curiosity and made you think on there are available technology nowadays that you may not know that is so powerful that I've been using already for so many years with drug addicts, earthquake victims, even war victims. And I've seen that they have been very, very effective. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jojo, for that technique. It was short and at least for the short 20 minutes we had with you, you've already taught us of like several techniques, and amazing that, you know, NLP can actually can do that much. I mean, in a short period of time, right?
Yes,
Okay.
that's
So
true.
I
That's
hope
true.
everyone actually learned about NLP and how can it help you actually. Thank you so much again, Jojo, and we'll proceed to the next speaker. Our next speaker will be Murshidah Saeed. And her topic is on healing through forgiveness. Murshidah is an international speaker and advisor of personal and corporate empowerment and transformation. She runs successful businesses for more than 16 years, expanding throughout Asia, as well as teaching entrepreneurship to teenagers and adults. Murshidah is also a certified neuro-linguistic programming. So you see how important NLP is. And also a practitioner and life coach recognized by American Board of NLP, NBPES, and NLP University in the USA. She is a certified advanced law of attraction practitioner issued by the Global Sciences Foundation, also in USA. And she is also trained in the areas of accelerated learning and whole being learning to achieve better education for participants. So without so much further ado, I'll give the floor to Murshidah.
Hey, thank you so much, Marilyn, for the introduction. And good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome. And thank you for having me. And Jojo, that was an amazing presentation. And again, it reinforces how important NLP is. And my session today is addressing the power of forgiveness. When I work with my clients, when I work with people who go through trauma, even the refugees that I personally coach, this is one of the key things that we have to go through first, that I coach people first before new knowledge coming in, right? It is just like you know, going on a nutrition program. You detox things in your stomach, right? Before you put in the new vitamins. So just like in your mindset, in your mental health, in your emotional health, even spiritual health, detox, and then you can put in the new programming. And that is where I come in. And this is where I coach people from. I've done it in the male prison inmates as well, for the male prison inmates, people recovering from drugs as well, people recovering from trauma, abused women, abused children, even corporates, right? Because people may be walking around looking all, you know, all happy and everything looks okay, but we don't know what they are dealing with, what demons they are dealing with in their past. All right, so without further ado, I'll just gonna share my screen here. So you'll have some visuals while we are at that, while we go through this. Okay, this is one of the programs that I run regularly every month. And, you know, I open this community here through Maryland to come and join in as well. And I'm also, you know, this is something that I work with my clients also on forgiveness. Before they can become good team members, good leaders, we start with a detox first, right? So this is a little bit about me. I've been running my business for more than 20 years. And the last 10 years, I would say, is very much going into the values of love and respect, which is something that I advocate in corporates as well as business owners, because when you have the values of love and respect, the work that you do, the way you do business, the way you build relationships comes from a space of love, right? And I say I help press the reset button on people. Why reset? Because when we were young, that is who we are originally. You were born pure. You were born you know, people, children who are very innocent, full of love, full of dreams. Then something happened along the way in your life with programming, with upbringing, with education, and certain belief systems that's instilled in you. People don't live their lives necessarily fulfilling their true purpose. And that's when I say I reset them to who they are originally, and, you know, being adults in that being where there's no issues and heavy issues or burden or emotional baggage that you carry with you, you can do a lot more good, a lot more, you can have a lot more fun living this earth. You're going to have a lot more better relationships, you know, and this is what I do for people. I'll show you a little short video of the work that I do and the message I carry, and we'll move on from there. So this is my website, and you are welcome to keep in touch with me here and also through Maryland. That will be great for us to be in touch with. All right, so I'll share a little bit about the term mindfulness, right? The term mindfulness involves its acceptance, and that's something that I always encourage my clients also. Do not judge your emotions, because sometimes people say, oh, I feel guilty being angry. I feel guilty being, you know, I don't feel like doing something, you know. When you're mindful, you're actually paying attention to your thoughts and feelings without judgment. It is the way it is, but it's more importantly is what are you going to do about it, all right? And we are humans. We do have our good side and we do have our bad side, right? So there are moments when we do get angry. There are moments when we do feel resentment. We do feel jealous. We do feel, like you cannot forgive. You feel revengeful. That is okay when you accept it and you learn how to shift it to something more empowering and something that can create better solutions for your life, right? So when we practice mindfulness, our thoughts are tuned into what we're sensing in the present moment rather than rehashing and imagining the future. And being in a state of forgiveness is where that mindfulness comes in, that you are mindful of your emotions and your thoughts and your feelings, and focusing on what you can do now so that your future will change, right? Instead of future tripping, we call this. Okay, now, what does letting go mean to you? And why is it important? When we talk about forgiveness, the key thing is to let go. But from this space of the topic of forgiveness, what do you understand by the term letting go? All right, you can put that in the chat and we'll go through that with, as we go along. So what does letting go mean to you? And why do you think it is important? Why do you think it's so important for us to let go? And why do you need to do it now? What result will you be getting if you do not let go of those toxicity, emotional toxicity in your being, right? In your mind, in your heart? What could be the result, right? And why is it important? I'd love to see that in the chat. So go ahead and write it in the chat, right? And let's see now, is there anybody writing in the chat? Okay, you can write it and type it as you as I go along this talk. Now, for me, letting go is so key because when you let go, you will see perspectives from a different level. You will see positivity. You will see opportunities. All right. And this is what the results are, and I've worked this with people in trauma where I've done training before in abuse, abuse women center, where the people were saying that, there's one child in there, so violent. He was only 8 years old, but, he broke the sliding door. How strong he was. He can break the sliding door, and he was just so angry. Angry with his parents because the mother was abused, and they're in a shelter, they're not at home, and he was very violent. They had to keep him away from other kids, and the other kids didn't like him. So when I was working with him, and it was a simple forgiveness process that I did with him, and the people, the caretakers were telling me that, he has transformed so much. He was much happier. He's actually eating, he's sharing his food, and the kids were not afraid of him anymore. And that is just by a simple tip of visualization that I practiced with him, and a few other activities that I did with him, with regards to instilling or letting go. And this is also some things that you will also get when you let go. Right. Letting go is acceptance. Yes, Marilyn. Forgiveness and moving forward, which is important, and stay happy at peace. Exactly. So when you let go, and if you are a business owner, if you're in corporate, or if you are, just living your life, when you let go, when you forgive, you will see abundance coming in. You will see opportunities. And some people even notice that there's more sales. Business becomes better. They start to see, hey, my family members also have become nicer. And it's not that they have changed. They just react to the energy that you emit. Yeah. So these are things that could come up, with when you let go. I always say good things like abundance and everything else, your career even, yeah, your level of leadership even, right? And I want to share this picture. This is one of the first training I did on forgiveness. And I think at that time, 10 years ago, I was like not sure whether I should introduce this in corporates until I saw this result. This happens every time I do corporate training, whether it is image and branding, whether it is in team bonding, whether it's customer service. I had to do this session on forgiveness. And this was something that I saw that came up during this corporate training, where this lady who was hugging me, she was somebody who was so happy bunny, happy. She was joking. She was a little bit hyper, moving around the room and really trying to please me, making, she's always asking, can I get you anything? Can I help you with anything? Can I pack your bags? All of these things. And after the forgiveness session, this happened. And she ran to me across the room and she hugged me for the longest time. And until now, I don't know her story, but she told me, thank you, ma'am. I finally found happiness. I finally felt happiness in my heart. And I wouldn't have known because, on the outside, she looks like so happy and helpful and all that. But she said she's been carrying so much pain and she couldn't even talk. She was just crying and she was like releasing after the forgiveness session. And then this thing happened, right? So she said, I actually feel happy now. I know now that, you know, my heart is clearer, the burden is gone and all that. Yeah. And I didn't ask. If people don't ask me, don't tell me, I don't say. Yeah. So yeah, Faye, letting go for you is to set you free, to be peaceful, opening doors to others. Exactly. Jam said, letting go, giving yourself a chance to start over. Exactly. That's amazing. Thanks for sharing, guys. I want to share some more pictures. Yeah. This one, corporate training also. Two people couldn't get along in the office. The HR was saying, can you try to do something? It's actually to bring these two people together, but for some, you know, they didn't want to make it so obvious. So they did a corporate training program with all the other people inside, you know, doing team bonding, doing sharing and all that. After the forgiveness session, these two ladies came together and they hugged again for the longest time. And they said, what are we doing? Can we just let it go? And they've been like, kind of like, you know, in the office, they didn't talk to each other for years because of something that happened in the past. After the forgiveness session, this happened. And I was thrilled when I saw this, you know, and this is so important, especially in an organization. People need to work together. That's right. And letting go is understanding. Exactly. All right. This picture is a teenage program, a mother and teen program that I did. Parent and teen. This boy, now he's in his early 20s, but at that time he was like a 16-year-old boy. Mom was like so, you know, facing a lot of challenges because he doesn't want to communicate with her. They speak different languages. The only language they could speak in common is English. He refused to speak English to her. He spoke in his father's language. His mother is another language. And she said, I cannot communicate. Can you please help me? And of course, the first day of the session was just breaking the ice because he refused to participate. But when he participated, you know, he could see that he started to open a bit. And then when we did the forgiveness session, this happened. Mother and child, he came, he hugged his mom and he was crying and he said, forgive me. And he finally spoke in English to her, you know. And then, yeah, now I see them and they're happy. And of course, he's a young man right now, right? But, you know, sometimes when teen angst happens, the communication was really bad at that time. So again, that when you open that channels of forgiveness, it's really, really powerful, yeah? So it can go, it applies to all. It does not only apply to trauma victims. It can also apply to people who like, I don't know if I have anyone to forgive anymore. I'm okay. You know, some people have that emotion, but it is some things that we don't even realize. It goes even at that level of unconscious where you may be carrying with you that energy of anger or burden or resentment, and it gets triggered at certain times, right? Now, this is also another question I ask myself when I see people who seem to have everything. They have money, they have health, they have a good family, and yet they are still stressed and unhappy. And I've been keeping this newspaper article for the last, you know, more than 10 years, Millionaire and Moping. This was from Delhi Times, from India. World economy is growing, but not happiness, right? So something is also missing in us when we do not let go, yeah? You can have millions of dollars, you can have health, the best body, but yet there's something inside of you that is just making you stressed and unhappy. Yes, Siti Norfatin, letting go is surrender. It is exactly that, surrender. Surrender to God, just release, yeah? It is a release. Exactly, thanks for sharing. Yeah, and this is something I noticed because for more than 10 years, I've been doing corporate training, teaching people to have the first world mindset, to get into development in your business, in your business mindset. And as I noticed, even developed nations, right, how they grow in technology and advancement, this is also happening. Yeah, this is also increasing. And I say, if there are a lot of rich people, why are there a lot of poor people, right? There's something there. And then also like in organizations, you know, I see people streamlining their business, or you just press a button, you finish your job, 5 o'clock and go home. Yeah, but still this happens, stress. And office politics, this is another thing. And this is something I don't understand. When people fight in in the office, none of them are billionaires. You know, they're still earning that income, but they fight and they get really stressed out over things like office politics. And then our children, so clever, and yet this is also happening. Yeah. So what are we not addressing in a lot of our lives? Yeah. So that is why I talk so much about forgiveness, because forgiveness is the key to happiness. And not just about me saying this, psychologists generally define forgiveness as a deliberate decision to release feelings of resentment or vengeance towards a person or group who has harmed you, regardless of whether they actually deserve your forgiveness. So forgiveness does not mean, oh, the crime is okay, it's all right, I forgive the person. No, do the necessary. If something bad has been happening, has been done onto you, a crime is still a crime. Evil is still evil. You need to send a police report. You need to take the person to court, put the person in jail. It is not about saying, oh, the criminal is okay. You know, it is not that. You do the necessary, but forgiveness means you not carrying that hurt for the rest of your life. So what if you send a person to jail, right? He's being accounted for, but you will not be released when you do not forgive it in your heart. That anger, that resentment, that fear is not released, right? So that's what forgiveness is about. And scientists have proven negativity literally makes cancer grow inside the body. So why do you want to be negative, right? And the base benefits of forgiveness as a whole is this: better health, less stress, break mental limitations. You will see more possibilities instead of all the problems. You'll become more positive, happy, and more attractive. Who doesn't want to look good, right? Less wrinkles. Healthy relationships with people, environment, and money. Who doesn't want to let more money come into your life, right? Because when you let go of all of this anger, resentment, there's less energy block that comes into your life, yeah? And what does it do for your health? When you don't forgive, you will see people, they get migraines, stomach aches easily, muscle tension, especially in the forehead, headaches, the back pain, the neck pain. And it's not because you carry a load of stuff on your back. It is sometimes, you know, you just feel that tension and you need a back massage regularly because of that burden. And it's something that is psychological, in fact, right? And these are some of the other things that also go through, like low self-esteem and depression, yeah? So I won't go too deep into this because during my forgiveness session, I go deeper, yeah? And this is what Dr. Susan Babel, who is a psychologist, she said, chronic pain might not only be caused by physical injury, but also by stress and emotional issues. And that's why some people, they develop physical pain, like real pain, headache, migraine constantly, back pain, hip pain, joints, and all that. And it's not because of health issues, of course, lack of nutrition, or if somebody hits you in the head, you get a headache, right? It's not because of that. It comes from your emotions, and it comes out through real physical pain. Okay, and these are also where pains are linked. Like when you get a headache, it's stress. A lot of non-forgiveness comes out on the neck area, the burden on the shoulders. You know, sometimes the knees, right? The knees also, because of certain trigger or emotions that is held inside and it's not really. So it becomes toxic, yeah? So in the life of the person, you will also see it manifests in constantly failed relationship over and over again. They keep getting the wrong partners, the wrong relationships, the wrong clients even. And it's over and over. I mean, you make a mistake and then after you correct it, right? But because of them not letting go, this happens. Failed relationships over and over again, financial problems over and over again. And it's not like they don't have a job. Sometimes they do have a job. Sometimes the boss even give Chinese New Year ang pao and bonus and I don't know what else, Christmas gifts and all that. But it becomes a pattern of after everything is gone, they get stuck again with money. Yeah, money or relationships. Normally that's where it comes out. And this is what Nelson Mandela said. I mean, if you read about Nelson Mandela and the life that he went through, he forgave his enemies, right? Resentment is like drinking poison and hoping it will kill your enemies. So it does not make sense for us to keep that toxic emotions in us. When you let go, it is good for you. It's got nothing to do with a person who hurt you or who has done really evil things onto you. It is not about that. It is actually more for yourself, right? So what I normally do in my forgiveness session is I do a deep dive into the visualization. But for today, I'm just going to be sharing with you a tip that you can apply immediately. So I'd like to invite each one of you to close your eyes, and we'll take some deep breaths, right? So breathe in through your nose and hold it there and breathe out through your nose. Breathe in and breathe out. And as you breathe out, you're feeling more and more relaxed. Breathe in, hold it there and breathe out slowly through your nose. And this time, I would like you to think of one really happy, loving memory that you have in your life. It can be the time your mother kissed you on your cheek and said, "Mommy's so proud of you." That is your happy moment. It can be a time when you had the best cheeseburger, that happy moment. It can be a time you won an award. It can be a time you got married or you had your first child. Whatever it is, bring that memory into your mind right now. Imagine that memory going into your head, and imagine that memory now from your head, it goes into your heart, goes down into your heart. And imagine that happy memory now coming out from your heart and now covering your whole body in a very bright light. You can choose any color you want with the light. Now grow that light bigger and imagine this light in the shape of a ball surrounding you. We shall call this the ball of love. Grow this ball of love even bigger. It's now coming out from your heart, encompassing you in a big, like a big ball, and grow this ball of love even bigger. And imagine this ball of love coming out from you and affecting the whole room that you are in. Grow this ball of love even bigger and imagine this ball of love coming out from you and affecting your whole neighborhood. Grow this ball of love even bigger and imagine this ball of love coming out from you and affecting everybody in your city. Grow this ball of love even bigger and imagine this ball of love coming out from you and affecting everyone in your country. Grow this ball of love even bigger and imagine this ball of love coming out from you and affecting everybody in this world. Now you will carry this ball of love wherever you go, and you will now affect people positively with the love that you surround yourself with. All right, now you can open your eyes and come back to the room. And you know, I advocate the message of love and respect. And to me, love and respect means these three main things: forgiveness, being grateful, gratitude, and giving. And these three can be programmed in your life, can be part of your habits, it can be part of your behavior, it can be part of your belief system. And when you incorporate this on a daily basis, this is where you are living love and respect, right? So miserable people, they only focus on things they hate about their life. Happy people focus on things they love about their life, right? So focus on the love. Okay, so what I'd like to do now is I'm having this forgiveness session on the 21st of January, and I have a One Help One model where every training I do, I'll also sponsor a refugee into the program, but I will also do interview to make sure the person is ready. And you can sponsor someone to attend the session, or you can attend the session and I'll sponsor one seat as well. So just send me an email or send Marilyn an email so we'll know that it came from this program. Okay, so I also like to invite you to join my Love and Respect movement. And I've been doing one-on-one, One Help One model. Every training I do contributes to another marginalized community. We have built schools in Cambodia. Now we're building water pumps as well. And this is part of our giving in our business model. And this is something we also work with people on to really incorporate love and respect into your whole life, into your business even, right? We've done street feeding for many years, but now we are focused more on education and helping people come out of poverty through creating their own business. Yeah. So corporate training, media programs that I've done contributes also to the mindset of refugees. Yeah, so we've done a lot of work with even the army, Singapore and Malaysia. Working with street kids, we picked them up from the street and make friends with them and brought them to a program. We've coached Hassan, who's here. Yeah, we met him since he was 15, trained him, and now he is a public speaker. He's a TEDx speaker. He is a student, a university student, and he also runs his volunteer network, and he's also a media personality. And this is something that I work closely with people. And with that, I'd like to say thank you very much. This is my contact if you'd like to reach out and follow me. And thank you so much for having me, Marilyn, and God bless all of you.
Thank you so much, Murshidah. And I'm sure you get to see how important love is. Because I think, I believe that when you start with love and have love in your heart, you can't be wrong with that. So forgiveness for yourself, and that will help you move forward. So we'll call now our next speaker, Pamela. So just to introduce Pamela, she will be talking about from depression to author, speaker, and emotional healer, where she will share with us her story. And beside from being a mother of 3 wonderful boys, Pamela is also an entrepreneur and passionate about helping people get well. She started as an entrepreneur by accident after graduating in high school and retrenched in her early 20s. They started an event company and became successful in this. And Pamela then moved to social media marketing to help business owners, trainers, and coaches to market online efficiently, which I think is very important nowadays that we're all doing things virtually. And now she's passionate about helping people around her to heal and be well. Pamela's healing journey has prompted her to help more people, especially women and children. So without so much further ado, I'll give the floor to Pamela.
Okay, thank you, Mary Lan. It was so nice hearing from Jojo and Murshidah. I think all of us want to empower more people to heal themselves so that they can be better and they can be more powerful and go out to impact on so many other people's lives, right? Let me share my screen. Okay, I can't seem to share my screen actually. It's okay. Okay, I will talk a little bit about my personal journey. And like what Maryland said, I started my first business at a very young age of 25. And back then, to be honest, I didn't know anything about business. And I actually went into a lot of debts because I met people, even my friends, who kind of cheated on me. And that really ended me in a lot of debts, right? So being a young entrepreneur at that time, I didn't have mentors. I didn't have a lot of people to turn to. I went into depression, and at that moment when I went into depression, I didn't even knew that I was in depression. So, you know, I had multiple suicide attempts. I attempted to kill myself. I almost jumped down from a building. And at that moment, a friend called me to stop me from actually jumping from the building. And I remember there were so many things that I went through. I even took lots of Panadol and a bottle of wine to kill myself. I tried multiple different ways to kill myself because at that moment I thought that there was no way out. Yeah. So it was only when I met the love of my life, which was my husband, that really transformed my whole life. He was someone who supported me, and he actually gave me a lot of love. And over the years, because of his love and support, I eventually was able to stand up and reface the world again. I guess whatever situation that any of you might be facing, you know, as long as you don't give up, there will always be a light at the end of the tunnel. And for me, having been through so much in my life, from, you know, suicide attempts to, you know, even being homeless, jobless, and penniless at one point in my time of my life, it made me realize that it is really important for all of us to have a support system, a support network to have to depend on. Like for me, it was my husband that was supporting me, and my family subsequently, they actually realized that, you know, what had happened, because back then I actually kept most of my things to myself. So my family didn't know how or what happened to me, right? It was only after I published my book, uh, Love Heals, How I Turned My Life Around. That was in 2016, that my mom actually realized that my story and actually what I went through in my personal journey. And I realized that that was a turning point where my mom was, you know, she really felt a lot of compassion and love for me, because she realized that I have gone through so much in my life. And at that moment, she didn't know, and she was not there to actually support me in my journey. So I was trying to share my screen, but I couldn't. Hang on, let me try. Sorry. Okay, can you all see the screen? Yeah.
Yes. Are you trying to open the PowerPoint slide?
But
Yeah.
The
yeah,
strategy.
I think I'm like, okay, hang on. Sorry about it. Okay.
Yeah, you just double click on it.
So this is my book, and I just wanted to share.
sorry, Pamela, we cannot see your presentation yet.
Okay, hang on.
You have to double
So
click on the strategy.
can you double click on your file? Otherwise, I think you have to
Okay.
quit share and open your file first before you share.
Is that okay?
No.
No. Okay. I have to stop share, right?
Yeah, you
Yes, you have to
share, you
stop
open your
share and open your file first and then share again.
No. Okay, I can't. Okay, I don't think. Wait, hang on.
Have you opened your file?
Yep.
Your presentation? Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Now we can see it.
Now you can see. I just need to put slide share, right?
Yes.
Hang on. Okay. Yeah. So finally I got this share. Okay, so in my book, when I wrote about my journey, it was also a healing, it was also a very healing thing for me when I started writing this book, because having that courage to write this story, even when I was writing it, I was crying a lot, because it was really letting go of a lot of emotional feelings and emotional baggages of what I had gone through in my personal journey. And this, it was only after I wrote my book and when people started reading it that I realized that my story was able to help so many people in their own journey, in their own healing journey. And I was very glad that I was able to use my story to share and impact more lives. Yeah. And today, why I actually, having been an entrepreneur for so many different things, when I made that decision last year to embark on helping more people with emotional healing, I felt that, you know, for me, I saw a very big change in me whenever I healed myself. I am an introvert myself, and I would never have thought that it would have been possible for me to be an author, a speaker, or even a healer, because back then when I was in my entrepreneur journey, yes, I went through meeting different people who cheated on me. I got conned, and I went to a lot of debts. But I also met many good people along the way who actually gave me a helping hand to step out into the world. And last year, when I made that decision to be an emotional healer, I knew that whatever that I've gone through, whatever that I've written in my book, it will actually help a lot more people heal themselves and make them stronger so that they can live a more fulfilling life for themselves, right? So here is a testimonial that my friend gave to me. He said, I enjoyed the session with Pamela as she shared interesting methods to deal, oops, sorry, to deal, sorry, to deal with anxiety issues. I recommend anyone who needs healing to contact her and experience the methods to resolve any emotional issues that you have, right? Yeah. So these are some testimonials that I got. Pamela is amazing. She helped me gain clarity as to what was holding back from bigger successes, and I'm excited about shaking my past and embracing my astounding future, right? And these were the things that actually empowered me and made me decided to do more, to go out there and empower more people, sharing what I have gone through and what I have used to help me stand on my 2 feet. I do use different types of methods for myself to heal in my journey. I do use emotional freedom technique, and I use Ho'oponopono, which I will share later at the end of the session. It's just 4 simple sentences that could help people get rid of the emotional baggage, right? And I think healing to me, it's really important for each and every one, because as we start to heal ourselves, you will find that you really are empowering yourself. You know, for me, that was what happened, because every time I took on a healing workshop or healing program that really healed me, I realized that, you know, I could become a speaker, for example, or I could step out and even become an author and start writing my book. So those were the transformation changes that I saw for myself that was so empowering And I wanted to share to help even more people out there to, to heal themselves in order for them to let go of that baggage, to even move forward in their life, to take a step forward. A lot of times we are letting fear stop us from even taking that first step out of that comfort zone. However, the moment you can start healing no matter what, even when Murshidah said about forgiveness, right? If you can forgive someone and let go of that emotion, it will be also very empowering for that person. Just by letting go of whatever negative emotions that's holding you back, it will really allow you to free yourself. It's not about freeing other people, but more of freeing yourself for you as a human being so that you can take that next step forward. Okay, I'm not sure, I want to just take, I'm going to share this this Ho'oponopono sentence with all of you to actually help you. This is a little technique that I want to give to everyone. Okay, Ho'oponopono is actually an Asian technique from the Hawaiian, and it has been used. The story is actually this Dr. Julian, who actually used these 4 sentences, he actually healed a whole hospital filled with mental patients from whatever, having all this, they were all criminals with very high level criminals. Could be rapists, could be, they were very violent and everything. And he actually used this Ho'oponopono technique, and he actually healed the whole hospital, and eventually all the patients got discharged using this Ho'oponopono technique. So it's actually a very, very powerful technique that I also have used it, not just on myself, even on my family and my children, to help them shift that emotions, whatever, be it whatever emotional state you are going to be in, it will actually help you shift, right? So I just want you all to say these 4 simple sentences. It is called, I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. I think there is a lot of meaning behind these 4 sentences, because a lot of times, whatever happens, you can say, I'm sorry to whatever things that has happened in the past. And you want to forgive yourself or even forgive others from whatever things that has happened. When you say thank you is a very powerful word. It's great gratitude. When we are grateful for whatever things that we want, you will find that more things will actually come to us. Yeah, and I love you is also a very, very powerful word, because I think a lot of times, a lot of people do not love themselves enough. And when you learn to actually love yourself a lot more, you will then be able to go out there and love people better, right? So these are just 4 sentences that I want you all to remember, that if, let's say, you are in a very stressed situation, you can use it. No matter what situation, you do not even have to really say it out loud. Let's say you are in a very embarrassing situation, or where you are among people, you don't even have to say it out loud, but you can actually use this repeat it in your heart, in your mind, silently. And these 4 sentences will be able to shift emotions in people. And it's just so fast that people can feel that shift. And I want to give you this to empower each and every one, so that no matter what circumstances or no matter what situations that you may be in, remember, there is always a way out for you, right? Okay. Lastly, for anyone who would like to connect with me, I do have a Facebook group that I'm doing. It's for emotional healing. And if any one of you would like to find out more, I would be putting up more videos with regards to emotional healing that you can access through this group, Facebook group of mine. Yes. So with that, I want to say thank you so much for Maryland for inviting me for this event. And I'm so happy to hear from Jojo and Murshidah as to how we all can go out there and use forgiveness, use NLP, and whatever different methods. Like even for me, when I share Ho'oponopono, all of us want to go out and impact on lives. We just want to change people. We just want to help people to be better and stronger, so that they can go out there and impact on more people as well. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pamela. So another technique for us, simple and short, but yes, we have several techniques already from Jojo, Murshidah, and Pamela. And I believe that it's something that you can already make use of now. So that easy, that fast. So at least, this will help you when you're getting stressed and you'd like to transform. And of course, we need to start the new year right with that. So before we end this session, we would like to open up for any question and answer session. So if you have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself or put in the chat. You can ask any of our speakers. So please feel free to unmute yourself or type in the chat. Please feel free to participate and ask your question. Looks like we have a very shy audience today. No questions and much participation, but we are receiving some answers here, and thank you here and there. And yeah, we're still waiting. Oh, okay. Latfeya, please feel free to unmute yourself.
Yes, good morning, everybody. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you, Murshidah. Dear Murshidah is how I can translate the word of Murshidah Said. She is the smile of Malaysia in our faces as refugees here, Arab refugees in Malaysia. Thank you so much, Murshidah. You are always the queen, our queen, and the light here for us in Malaysia. You are a source of inspire, and she always inspired me in a different way. I also thank you so much for the first speaker, and the third speaker. I like her four sentence, but I would like to tell her that some people, they do not have the skills of understanding what is the meaning of emotions and what is the meaning of forgiveness. So I think they are wasting of time is telling them or facing them with this four sentence. I think in such a people who hurt us, it is enough for us to tell those 4 sentences to ourselves. Much more to tell other people those sentences, the 4 sentences. And the technique of Murshidah makes me cry today. Thank you, Murshidah, for this. And the third speaker, I told her that there is a pandemic in this world called the narcissist people who doesn't feel you, even if you tell them, if you are with your heart and with your tears in front of them, they are not going to understand it. So the much more thing is for the female or for a person who has been insulted or suffered a lot, is to heal himself, sometimes much more to just to focus on forgive the other person. That's it. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak in this event. Thank you so much for everybody, for the organizer and for this event. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Lotfia. You're a queen. Queen Lotfia. Yeah,
Any
thanks for
other
your
questions from anyone? I don't see any more questions, but Jojo here also shared with us his program. He shared with us how you can actually overcome deep-seated painful past and become an achiever. And am I right to say, Jojo, this 3-day program is actually more on how you can actually achieve the 5-figure income, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's about it's a combination. You know, it's a combination of you getting to know yourself more, and then at the same time being able to create wealth for yourself. Yeah, so it's that. Yeah.
So he actually shared with us as well the link to that. And there's also a program for Murshidah. So if you have any additional questions in terms of the how our speakers, Jojo, Murshidah, and Pamela can help you through coaching, through healing, and through even other training programs, please feel free to connect with us. Yes, and let us know. And if this is something that you would like us to arrange for your employees, to organize an event similar to this for your employees or for your social impact projects, feel free to let us know as well. We can organize these kind of programs for you and even tailor it depending on the target audience that you have. So and yes, thank you so much, Lotfia, again for your insight, and thank you for the for the speakers for sharing with us any all of these simple steps. So, are there any more questions from anyone? Any additional inputs or insights as well from our speakers while we're waiting for any questions? No.
Well, tell you what, if there will be a volunteer here, any of you has a body pain right now, and if there will be a volunteer, then I will help whoever has that body pain, and we will remove that in 5 minutes, if you like. If you just like.
Any volunteers? Faye. Oh, okay. We have a volunteer. Faye would like to volunteer on that. So
Right.
this is an extra bonus for this session.
Okay, great, Faye. So I want everyone to pin the video of Faye as well as me so that you can have a bigger picture of both of us. Okay? Okay, Faye, you have a body pain, right? Can you turn on your mic, Faye? So I can hear you.
Yes, yes.
Which part of the body do you have it?
At the back.
At your back. Is
Yes.
it a recurring body pain?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. So would you have you been suffering from that for quite a while already?
These last 2 days.
The last 2 days, yeah? But it has been recurring also in the past.
Yes, yes. It's sometimes twice a month or sometimes very often, but very painful.
Okay, so just follow the steps, yeah? So I want you to hold the location of the pain. Just hold your back where it's located. And then as you're holding it, close your eyes and tell me what's the color of the pain. Just close your eyes.
What's the color of?
Yeah, close your eyes. And then first thought, what's the color of the pain?
Blue.
Blue. Okay, open your eyes. And open your eyes and just like grab that blue. Just grab it, and bring it out. Like so. Okay. And close your eyes again. And open your hands. First thought, what's the color in your hands?
Yellow.
It's yellow. Okay. Is there a shape to it?
Triangle.
It's a triangle yellow. Okay, good. Now, without opening your eyes, I want you to move your fingers. Move your fingers and feel inside this triangle yellow. Do that now. Feel inside of it. Are you feeling inside of it?
Yes.
And then it will remind you of a certain memory in the past. You'll see.
Um,
Just feel inside the triangle yellow and ask your subconscious to tell you, what's the memory associated with this?
uh, my dragon boat.
Okay, good. So you have a memory, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, open your eyes. Open your eyes. Grab that memory with both hands. Just grab it with both hands. Do that. And imagine you have an invisible pen in your writing hand. And just write across this memory. Do that now. Just write across it. Go ahead. Okay. And as you're writing across it, tell your subconscious, can you please teach me what you want me to learn from this event in my life? Go ahead. Keep writing and writing. And you'll notice as you're doing that, you start to get new insights about that event in your life. You're learning something new from it. Just keep learning and learning and learning and learning and learning. Are you getting new insights from that event in your life?
Yeah.
Okay,
Some.
good. Good. Just keep learning. And when you feel you've learned all the things you need to learn, just put a period. Keep learning and learning and learning. And when you feel you've learned all the things you need to learn, just put a period. Okay, good. Take the picture now. Make it smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And take it now and just throw it to your back. Just throw it to the back. Okay, do this again. Close your eyes. And what's the color this time in your hand?
White.
All white?
Yes.
Okay, open your eyes and try to rotate it. Just rotate it. Does it feel lighter?
Yes.
Okay, make it even faster and faster and faster and faster. And when you feel it's unstoppable, bring it back to the location where you had the back pain. When you feel it's okay, close your eyes. Just keep your eyes closed and feel this new energy coming inside of you. So everything becomes lighter in your back. It's just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. It's just occupying your whole back now and even your chest, going down to your gut, going up to your throat. It's just getting stronger. You try to stop it. It's now 10 times stronger. Getting even stronger as you feel lighter and lighter all across your whole body. And now it's just getting lighter and getting even more stronger. It's 100-fold stronger now, going up all the way to your head and down to your torso. And you just feel this lightness all across your body now. It's just getting all over now your whole body, all the way up, all over your head and down to your feet. And it's now 1,000-fold stronger. It's even emanating outside of you. You feel this peace just going all around you. and you feel this lightness all over you now. Okay, good. Now you can start slowly opening your eyes. Okay. So how's your back pain?
Uh, uh, amazing. I don't know. I feel so slightly pain, but it's different before.
Were you surprised there's a memory that came out?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And my finger here is very it feels so hard when you asking me the second
Oh,
activities. Yeah, this finger I feel very strong.
okay. Yeah, yeah. Now you feel light.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, there you are. That's what you get when you volunteer. Great job, Faye.
Thank you. It's amazing.
There you are.
I
Now,
feel my back is very light now and so amazing.
yep, there you are. Told you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jojo and Faye, for also joining this volunteering for this session. Thank you so much, Jojo, for that healing session in 5 minutes. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for making it in today's session. And I'm sure you have learned so much from our speakers, from Jojo, on how to overcome deep-seated painful past and be an achiever using technology or tools like NLP, as well as with Murshidah on healing through forgiveness, where she talked about how important love, forgiveness, and giving is, being grateful as well. And finally, the story that Pamela shared with us, for being so vulnerable, on sharing your story on how you became from depression, how you actually turned to be an author, speaker, and emotional healer. And this just proves us a lot that, if we actually take charge of ourselves, we can be whatever we wanted to be and have whatever we wanted to have. So with that, I thank you, and I'd like to leave you with this quote from Tom Hopkins on "You are your greatest asset. Put your time, effort, and money into training, grooming, and encouraging your greatest asset." Thank you so much to all our speakers and participants, and we look forward to having you again in our next sessions. And please do connect with us for any additional questions if you to attend any of the programs that are organized as well by Jojo, Murshidah, Pamela. And if you'd like us to organize similar programs for your employees and for any of your social impact projects. Thank you so much.
Marilyn, are we going to take a photo together?
Oh, yes. I almost forgot. Let's take a photo. Please turn on your camera if you can, please, so that we can take a short photo, a group photo.
Hi, Seal. Nice to see you again, Seal.
Yeah, nice to see you, Jojo. Very amazing sharing. We'll catch up with you, Jojo.
Yeah, we should.
Hopefully soon, if we can already like travel again. Hi, Jam, Esther, CT, yes, Parisa, Ikra, Festus, Maxamed, and Shirley. Lotfeya, can you turn on your camera
For pictures.
for a short photo session? Thank you. Thank you, Festus. How about the rest?
Shy.
Shy to turn on your camera. Okay, I think that's all who would share their camera. So let's take a photo now. Flash your beautiful smiles, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me just make sure I'll paste that.
Faye has the biggest smile. No more back pain.
No more back pain for her. Let me just save this and take one more time just to make sure we got that right. Okay, smile everyone, and thank you so much. Make this year the best year ever. Smile. Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay, thank
Marilyn.
you so much
Thank
everyone. Thank you,
you.
Jojo,
Thank
Murshidah,
you,
and
Thank you,
everybody.
Pamela
Thank
Miss.
you,
for
Thank you,
Marilyn.
all
Sir
the
Everybody.
Jojo.
shared.
Pamela.
And thank
Bye.
you
Bye,
everyone
everyone.
who attended. Have a great week ahead.
Thanks, Marilyn. Bye.
Bye.